Welcome back to World Sport. Any success tennis fledgling Ana Ivanovic has in the game is certainly hard-earned. One of the big success stories in 2007, the 19-year-old from Serbia reached the final of the French Open before suffering a heavy defeat to the eventual champion there, Justine Henin. But she bounced back to reach the Wimbledon semis, where she succumbed to eventual champion as well, Venus Williams. Our Pedro Pinto caught up with her to compile this fascinating insight.
Hello, I'm Ana Ivanovic, and this is my story.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved in the game?
Yes, from the early age, I never played with dolls. I always carried some rackets or balls around. And then when I was 5, I really liked Monica Seles. I watched tennis all the time on TV. And she was from Serbia, so they showed a lot of her matches. And then I saw a commercial for a tennis school, and I forced my parents to sign me in. So for a 5th birthday, my father brought me a small tennis racket, and a month later, I started playing tennis.
It wasn't always easy, though, because I've heard at first you had problems finding a place to practice, and you even had to practice in an empty swimming pool, right?
Yes, it's hard to imagine, isn't it?
It is. With a net or without a net?
With a net.
With a net,
yes.
okay.
But yes, I started in the tennis club, which was really far away from home, and then I moved to this club, which was closer, and it was in the swimming pool. They emptied the Olympic swimming pool, and they put carpet inside and placed 2 single courts in there. But because the wall was so close, we couldn't really play cross, so it was a little bit hard practicing. But I guess we didn't know for better, so we appreciate what we had, because there was not many indoor courts in Serbia at all. But now I hope it will change. But actually, kids are still practicing there.
They are?
They are. It still exists.
Well, now you have to name that swimming pool maybe the Ana Ivanovic swimming pool one day, and then it will be famous for that.
Maybe. Actually, also Tipsarevic, he came from same class, so he practiced there as well.
How did it all start? And how did you spot Ana first, and how did you two get together?
It started a few years ago, actually around 4 or 5 years ago. I was playing tennis in Switzerland, not professional, not really good, but I played tennis, and the guy that was actually coaching me, training me, was a Serb. So one day he came up to me and said, Dan, you know, I know you're doing some stuff, because I have a company called Juice Plus, so I'm in nutrition business. So this guy came to me and said, Dan, you know, there's a little girl. I mean, she was not little, there is a tall girl, but a young girl.
How old was she at the time?
I think she was end of 13.
Okay.
And she's not bad in juniors, and you know, and her management group or manager just went bankruptcy. And like the parents don't have enough money to support her. So would you step in? Would you help? You know, for me it was actually a normal thing, because I was investing in companies, I was, you know, having share of some other stuff, but I thought like it would be exciting, it would be a great challenge to work with a human, to do something, you know, not a product or a company, but to work with somebody that is alive, and with a business that is very alive. So it was actually, I just wanted to meet them and find out if I can do it.
Yeah, but it's hard, because if someone comes out pretty much out of the blue and says, look, I've got someone that you should have a look at and you should invest money in,
yeah.
I mean, that's a risk. You're taking a risk because you don't know.
Oh yeah, I was totally naive. And, you know, looking back now 4 or 5 years, I was totally naive. But at that time, I didn't think about that. You know, I just thought, let me meet this girl, let me meet the parents. And, you know, I was used to help some sport people, not with money, but with products, with the product I was selling. So I was used to that. You know, I had some relationship to other managers. I was a little bit involved in Sven Hallenwald and Nick Heidfeld Formula 1. So it was not totally new to me. But I mean, it was like, you know, I know managers that you know, they have 20 players and nobody's in top 10. So looking back, I was very naive, and everything went well, but I couldn't tell then. So for me, it was just, let's have fun, let's do something risky, and let's see if it works or not.
You've been associated now with Ana, trying to make her one of the top players in the world. How tough is it to keep her motivated and to keep her on top of her game?
Well, obviously now, since she's reached a Grand Slam final, that was always her motivation, and I think even more now that she has tasted the feeling of getting into a final, I think her motivation is even more there. So from my side, I just support her, and